The message arrived while she was smiling at me. Her phone vibrated once, not enough to draw attention, just enough to be felt. Her smile didn't break. That was the problem. I watched the corner of her mouth hold steady as her eyes flicked downward, too fast, too practiced. Years of knowing her had taught me the difference between instinct and rehearsal. I didn't move, didn't blink, didn't ask. I just listened to the quiet shift inside my chest, the sound of something aligning. She reached for my hand across the table, fingers warm, familiar, loving. The kind of touch that used to mean safety. Now it felt like evidence. "You're quiet," she said. "I'm thinking," I replied. That was true. I was thinking about timing, about patterns, about how betrayal never announces itself loudly. It whispers, it waits, it smiles. Her phone vibrated again. This time she turned it face down. I felt it then. Not pain, recognition. Some truths don't hurt when you first see them. They settle, they calculate, they prepare. I looked at her smile and realized something terrifying. She thought she was winning. I didn't accuse her. Accusations are emotional, sloppy. Instead, I started noticing the absences, the way she showered immediately after coming home, the sudden need for privacy she framed as self-care, the new passcode, the way certain names never came up anymore. I told myself it was stress. Then I stopped lying. At night, lying beside her, I replayed conversations with forensic precision. Every pause, every deflection, every affectionate gesture that arrived slightly too late. Love doesn't disappear overnight. It's replaced, quietly. One evening, she mentioned a colleague I'd never heard of, said his name casually, too casually, as if repetition would normalize it retroactively. My mind locked onto it. I tested the name in silence, rolled it around. Not jealousy, analysis. She kissed my cheek afterward, lingering, almost apologetic. That's when I knew. Betrayal isn't loud, it's considerate. I became observant in ways that would have frightened her if she'd noticed. I checked phone records. Patterns don't lie, even when people do. Late-night calls, deleted messages masked as glitches, shared locations turned off during work meetings. I smiled more, asked fewer questions, gave her space to hang herself with her own routines. At work, I ordered a private DNA test, not for a child, but for certainty. The man she claimed was just a friend shared too many overlaps in her digital shadow. Algorithms are impartial. At home, I cooked dinner, held her when she was tired, listened. Inside, I cataloged everything. I learned his schedule before she knew I knew his name. The column was deliberate. Rage clouds judgment. I needed clarity. I needed her comfortable. And she was. She told me she loved me. I believed she believed it. That's what made it fascinating. The report arrived on a Tuesday, unceremonious, clean, confirmed. Extended emotional and physical involvement. Months, not weeks. I read it once, then again, not because I doubted it, but because I wanted to feel nothing when I did. That evening, I placed the folder on the kitchen table between us. She noticed immediately. "What's that?" she asked, voice light. "Proof," I said. Silence expanded. She opened it. Her breath fractured halfway through the second page. Papers trembled. Her face collapsed inward as if gravity had been turned up. "I can explain." "I know," I said. "That's why I didn't ask." She cried, real tears, desperate ones. I watched with clinical detachment. This was the first honest thing she'd shown me in months. "I already told him," I said quietly. Her head snapped up. "Told who?" "His wife." The color drained from her face. Fear replaced guilt, a deeper cut. I sent everything, timelines, messages, screenshots. I paused. I was thorough. She reached for me. I stepped back. "You planned this," she whispered. "No," I corrected. "I finished it." I had moved my accounts, changed the lease, scheduled my departure weeks ago. She was standing in a room that no longer belonged to either of us. Power isn't raised voices or slammed doors. Power is preparation. She collapsed into a chair, finally understanding the cost of underestimating silence. I left that night with one bag. No speeches, no forgiveness, no need. Outside, the air felt sharper, honest. I didn't feel victorious. I felt unburdened. Betrayal doesn't destroy you. Believing the lie does. As I walked away, I realized something simple and irreversible. Her smile had fooled me once, but I had learned to see. And once you see the truth clearly, you never look back.